I've watched the whole season, and even though the core of the show is Will and Sylvia's friendship, just like in season one,
Yes.
this time Charlie gets a greater chance to shine, I think. So how was it to be able to get to know him better and to play a more vulnerable side to him?
It was a pleasure. I mean, every actor, especially in television, wants to come back and have, greater depth to their character. And I was very, very delighted to see that they gave all these, like you said, more opportunities to be vulnerable, to get to see a little bit more about who he is. So it was a total pleasure. And getting to work with this incredible cast, it was wonderful. It's exactly what an actor hopes when they come back to do another season of a show. So I was very delighted.
And this time, Charlie's conflict is not so much about feeling left out or jealous about Will and Sylvia's friendship, but about himself. Like, how does he deal with this particular existential crisis?
Yes, exactly. So this season is about, his own sort of struggles with what has my life become. And I think in the first season, we see a lot of that with Rose's character, Sylvia, and this is my opportunity to kind of have that. I mean, I love thinking about, and this happens with anybody in our professional work experiences, we wonder what else there is to them. These people that you see every single day at the office, and we get to meet lots of Charlie's office friends. We go like, what are your other passions? What is the dream that you had? So we learn about, two of Charlie's really big dreams. And one of them, obviously pretty right off the bat, is Jeopardy. What a cool thing. By the way, I'm personally a big Jeopardy fan. I was so delighted when I saw that we were going to get to work on that show. Do you guys have Jeopardy in Spain? Do you guys?
We had that recently, but I think it got cancelled, but it was like 2 weeks ago. It was here this year, yeah.
You're kidding. Really? The American version, or did you have a Spanish version of it?
No, a version from here, yes.
Yeah, cool. Well, I love it. I don't know what it is. It was like something that I watched with my family. So I loved getting to sort of learn that about Charlie and his other passion we learn about later in the season, something they've been doing since college, which was super fun.
And precisely being in Jeopardy, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a breaking point in his life.
Yes.
When he's in Jeopardy.
Yes.
Something happens to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to know, being in an industry like this, in which you are so overexposed, have you ever felt the way Charlie felt in that moment, like overwhelmed, that you have to rethink who you are and where you are?
100%. Okay, so it's interesting being in the business as long as I have. I have a lot of friends who, even doing what we do for 25 years, I had a really close friend of mine who recently had stage fright. He's literally been on Broadway multiple times, and he was doing a show, and he said, I was sick to my stomach, and I've never experienced stage fright before. So now in the back of my head, I always go like, oh, when is that flip? When is that switch going to get flipped? And I truly think about that all the time. I haven't had it yet, but it is kind of a reminder to never take anything for granted. I have had total breakdowns in auditions, actually, where I went to an audition once and it was just going very poorly. And I looked at the casting director and I said, stop. And I literally had to go take a walk around the hallway and come back. Needless to say, I did not get the part in that instance. It was a very long time ago. But I haven't yet had actual stage fright.
And you were talking earlier about this opportunity to get to meet Charlie again.
Mm-hmm.
This time we kind of meet very different Charlies throughout the season. The Charlie we meet in the first episode is really different from the one we meet in the final one.
Yes.
Like, he has a really nice progression.
Yeah.
So when you were reading the scripts and then playing him, obviously,
yeah,
how was it? How did you find that progression?
It was super nice. And what's really cool about our show is we also get all the scripts at one time. So I remember I was actually working out of town and I got sent all the scripts, and I sort of went to bed that night and I was like, oh, I'll read the first script. And I sat down and I read all the scripts in a row, which is a real privilege. That doesn't happen all the time. So I just started thinking about that whole journey that he gets to take and wanting to make sure that the guy at the beginning felt different than the guy at the end. But this is also funny. The last scene, almost the last scene of the series, was the first scene that I shot with Rose, which is just kind of the magic and craziness of television. And I remember looking at Rose and being like, is that right? Is that where we're, is that the way it's going to work? So, but that's just making TV. That's the way film works.
Thank you so much. Look, I love the show. I hope I can get to see you with season 3, season 4, and season 5. So
I appreciate you.
It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you, you too.